All right, so another fun little outing, another pickup day of some video games. This was back in this is just January, so last month I guess, or 2 months ago. I share a birthday with my one of my daughters, and all of us, well, most of us, two of my daughters weren't here, but the four kids and my wife, we go um, flea market and looking of course for anything that's exciting, and there's one retro game store actually like set back behind this flea market, a little local flea market we got. There's like it's in like a little warehouse kind of area, and there's a lot of permanent stores, perma stores if you want to call them, that are open all the time. So they're kind of part of the flea market, but they're also separate because they're open, whatever business hours they want to keep. Anyway, there's a one retro game store in there, which is cool because it's the only one I have, in my local area. And I don't mind paying, retro game store prices if they're decently priced. Looking at what games sell for, because you're not going to find, you just don't find cartridge games and older games at the thrift stores anymore. I mean, I never find them. I mean, you're lucky if you can find something. Usually you're going to find what I find around me, a lot of the PS2 stuff, Xbox 360 stuff like that, and I'll buy that if I see it. But anytime I'm looking for cartridges, you know, if I go to the game store and they've got eBay prices, or Facebook like marketplace prices, Craigslist prices, and that's the going price on price charting. That's fine with me. I'm okay with that. Of course, I rather always buy at that lower end, and I usually do. Most of the games I buy, like I keep saying, I'm still buying common stuff because I have a lot of collecting I still want to do. Most of these games I buy, they're $4 to $7, if that. So we're at this flea market, and we're walking around having a good time. It's like I said, it was. I think we actually went on our birthday. I think it fell on the weekend this year. I don't remember. Maybe it was the day after. I don't remember. But so yeah, we're walking around the flea market, and something for everybody. Even though it's our birthdays, my daughter and I. But there's this there's this one store though. My wife loves it. It's this like hippy dippy kind of clothing store, and they sell all kinds of like weird household shit. And the funniest thing about the store is every time we go in there, and I gotta laugh at it every time I go because I'm 10 years old. There's all these like these decorative, ornamental wooden dildos. They're just like all over the place. Like I don't know who buys this stuff and puts it in their house, but you got little kids walking in. They're like, "Oh, what's that?" And don't worry about that. That's just a wooden dildo. Don't worry about it. But my wife loves the clothing in there, and she got this one really cool pair of pants, and I don't know what you call them. They're like wraparound kind of things. So I had okay. I tried them on. I'm not gonna lie to you. I had to try these things on. I mean, they don't fit me because they're way too small. But I put them on anyway because I had to see how this works. So you kind of put them on the front. It looks like a big giant fucking apron is what it is. Okay. So you put them on the front. You tie like a knot in the back, and then you wrap the front around and you tie it again, and it basically wraps around your waist and your leg. I mean, if you're a woman, you know what this is. And they turn into a pair of pants. So these things are friggin' awesome. If they made these things for men, I'd wear a pair. I have to have these. So yeah, fucking pants, man. Um, yeah, so we walk around that store. We get the obligatory Italian ices, so you can walk around in the scalding hot sun with your Italian icy melting in a little cup. You got to eat it quick, and that's good stuff too. And where else did we go? Oh yeah, there's always that one. I don't know about always, but this flea market anyway. This guy, he's got one of the little warehouse kind of stores. He's always there. All this guy sells is Lego figures. So I picked me up a couple. I wish I had one in my hand. They're sitting over there on the shelf somewhere. Who did I get? I got a little Bob Ross, because Bob Ross is spectacular. I got a little Bob Ross Lego guy, and God, I don't remember who else I got now. I got like three of them. I don't know. We all got a few. And so we're making our rounds, and You know, you got the one person there who's bitching about something they just bought. I had this lady, she bought some kind of light, and all of a sudden she brings it back yelling at the guy because the cord was cut, and the guy's like, it wasn't cut when you walked away with it. Fucking flea market trash, man. It's just unbelievable. But, you know, I like flea markets. But like I said, I never find anything good at these flea markets. That's how we end up at the game store. So, you know, we make our rounds and get to the game store. Save that for last. I don't know why. So we walk in. You know, I'm doing the usual thing, browsing through all this shit. And really nice guy that runs this place, by the way. But, you know, he got kind of pissy at my son, sort of, but in a nice way, because, you know, he's trying to keep it cool, you know. But so he's got this, there's this arcade game in there. I didn't even pay attention to it. It was one of these fucking rifle fucking things, you know. It was probably like Big Game Hunter or Deer Hunter or whatever the hell those are. I mean, they're fun. Don't get me wrong. I don't usually play them. I don't like them. But, you know, it's just sitting there kind of like on free play to play with. But the thing is a hunk of fucking garbage, okay? It's, so here's what happens. My kid is sitting there. It's the 10-year-old little guy. He, you know, he's playing with the thing, whatever. And at one point in time, okay, let me back up. I don't know what the cabinet was supposed to look like, but the cabinet was not complete, okay? So either the sides were missing, definitely the plexi on the front was missing, because when you look at the monitor, you got the CRT, and the plastic bezel that goes around the CRT was just literally stuck to it. There was no plexi. There was nothing protecting it. You can get into the CRT from the sides, which is a fucking hazard, actually. So anyway, my kid's, you know, playing with the gun, whatever. He hits the fucking plastic bezel, and the thing cracks and falls off. It broke, and I felt bad, because I know that stuff is hard to replace. You can't really find a lot of this shit, because, you know, I do the arcade stuff. You know, why are you going to have this thing out there where little kids could potentially get near it and break it or get hurt, right? But so the guy is like, oh, yeah, you know, it's only irreplaceable. And I'm like, yeah, sorry, you know. And then I'm thinking to myself, why do you have this shit out here like that? That's not even safe. You know, I felt bad, but, you know, whatever, it happens. He did say, well, it would happen sooner or later anyway. And like, yeah, you know, it would have. I didn't say that. But like I said, hell of a nice guy. I love shopping there. I go there all the time. Haven't been back there since that happened, though, because I feel kind of weird. But anyway, I did buy a few games from him that day, because I always buy stuff every time I go in there. I bought a lot of crap from this guy over the past couple of years. I found him. So let's see. I just got a few games, just a few. So this one first right here. This one I bought because the label looked, I thought, cool as shit. What was this? It's Hide Glide. Now, I'm not going to say too much about this one, because this one I actually completed. I played this one all the way to the end, because for some reason I found it very, very interesting, despite its many flaws. It was actually a lot of fun. I got oddly, you know, involved with this game. I really liked it for some reason. So there's going to be a separate video about this one, because I got a lot of footage on it. Like I said, played this one all the way through. We'll talk about this one, you know, in another video. It was a really good game, I thought. This one, Silent Service. I only bought this because I thought it looked really cool. And but it turns out this thing is it's a submarine simulator. Okay. Now here's my first opinion about this game. A simulator on a Nintendo game, okay, is overly fucking complicated. Now, I mean, the menus in this game, you get to choose between all these different scenarios you want to play out. And, you know, I just picked one. I couldn't play this for more than a minute and a half, because it's overly complicated. I mean, for a game controller that only has 2 buttons, I think you needed to use the other 2 to pull up menus and shit. I couldn't handle it. It might be fun, but a simulator, like I said, for Nintendo is just way overdone. You know, I recently, I don't think I'm ever going to touch this game, like, ever. But you know, simulator. This game is actually already a few years old, I think. But I started playing what is it called? American Truck Simulator. This is a lot of fun, man. If you like tractor trailers, it's a pretty fun game. I try to play it like an actual simulator. So I'm like using the you know standard transmission. I'm just shifting the gears. I'm using a controller. I want to get the steering wheel and the shifter and the pedals. I'm probably going to do all that. But if you play the game right, and you use your blinkers and you shift gears and you follow like the traffic laws, you stop at the lights and follow the speed limit, and it's a lot of fun. You're picking up your fucking loads and dropping them off. It's highway driving, it's a little bit of city driving. It's a pretty fun game. Anyway, I don't know. We're getting off topic here. I was talking about simulators, but that's some fun stuff. So what else? The other one I picked up. This one was actually really cool. This one is Hook. I played this one very briefly too. Kind of liked it. Characters looked a little weird in it. I didn't play it too long. This one actually came with the manual too, which is kind of nice. Usually you don't find loose games, wrapped up with a manual too. So didn't really play this one too long, but I might give this one another try too. So yeah, that was it that time. Just picked up 3 games that day. It was a fun birthday though. Love hanging out at the flea market. Love going thrifting. So look out for a future video on Hide Lie. That's a really good, really great game, I thought. So all right, until the next time. Thanks for watching. We'll see you. Bye.